Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I know I made a video not too long ago. This is a serious topic that's been on my mind for the longest time, and I wrote a poem about it, but inshallah, I want to do a more in-depth blog post, kind of like describing what exactly is happening. I sit here in my home, and yes, I may be alone, but I'm blessed to have food and even a phone. There's people who have less than what I do. They're fleeing what's familiar for what's brand new, not knowing what will happen to their families, yet we turn them away. Where is that humanity? Everyone says we have no room, we have reached our capacity, but in saving a life, God will provide resources. We must show hospitality. Our leaders are saying these people are criminals, they're terrorists, we don't need these immigrants, but that's ridiculous. That's the stereotype. These kids, these children, look at their innocence. In reality, unless you're a Native American, your ancestors came in search of the American dream, so please don't act like you're better than them, that you're the supreme. These migrants are fleeing from dictators, poverty, and a cruel regime. They'll risk their lives, they'll do what it takes, and even if it means going upstream. So you tell me, what would you do if you had nowhere to go and the world turned their back? Wouldn't you go to the extremes, walk miles, and bring everything you own in a backpack? My heart is broken. It's time we become outspoken. Not too long ago, a father and daughter were found dead ashore, and when I read they came from my country, El Salvador, I thought to myself, this cannot keep happening no more. This is a wake-up call for all of us. This is not a joke. This is life and death, so speak up. Let's make our voices become a roar. You guys, I don't know, when I was writing that poem, I was legit, even now, my stomach, my heart is just, dropped. I was trying to do some more research to spit some facts for y'all, but inshallah, I think I would rather I know that's going to take me some time, so I'd rather do that in a blog post and give you guys some facts and stuff, but what I can tell you from the research that I have done so far is a lot of the migrants that are coming at the southern border of the U.S., they're being detained, and the CPS, which is I believe it's the border, I forgot what the C stands for, but it's basically border control. They're just acting very cruelly towards these people. These detainee centers are basically like concentration camps. People are calling them torture facilities. They're stuffing people in a room that's maybe meant for 4 or 5 people, 18, 20, 30 at a time. Kids are running around in soiled diapers. Older kids are being forced to take care of younger kids. They're just doing all these insane things. They're not allowing people to donate soap and diapers and toothbrushes, which is a lot of what these migrants need. They need their basic humanity, to be able to brush their teeth, to be able to take a shower, to be able to sleep on a space that's comfortable, but they're taking away they're not giving them blankets or anything like that. I read one story where there was an outbreak of a disease because they're not letting people wash their hands. There was an outbreak of lice, and they made these kids share combs, which they shouldn't have if they've contracted lice, and one of the combs got lost, and so the border control police, whatever they're called, took away their blankets and stuff like that, and made this room full of kids sleep on the floor, on the concrete floor. And so this situation is just getting really out of hand, and I know people might be opinionated and be like, oh, well, we can't handle them, we can't take care of them, but just think about the situation, about how they're fleeing not because they want to, but because they have to. Wherever they're staying it's violent, it's dangerous, it's not safe, they're not able to provide for their families safely, and just seeing that image of the father and daughter washed up on the Rio Grande, it's sickening and it's sad, and they to learn that they come from a country where, you know, my father comes from, it's sad no matter where they come from, but it just makes me even feel more terrible because that's where I come from. So in general, there are a lot of immigrants coming from Central and South America because of the conditions and the violence and the drug cartels and just so much going on where they have to leave. This is not a situation where it's like, oh, I'm gonna take over America and steal all the American jobs. Like, no, and immigrants are such hardworking people compared to people who have it made here, you know. So we need to stop complaining, and if there's something we can do, we need to do it, because these people truly are suffering. They're going through a lot already having to come here. Like, a lot of them are coming by boat, which is very dangerous. A lot of them are walking miles through countries, and they've literally got $2 to their name. So, subhanAllah, like, it's a serious situation, and I really want to shed light on it. So, inshallah, stay tuned for that post, because I'll have more useful information, more facts, as well as ways that we can help, inshallah. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
In these facilities, there's abuse. This was them on their best behavior, and they put them in a room with no running water, and these women were being told by CBP officers to drink out of the toilet. They were drinking water out of the toilet, and that was them knowing a congressional visit was coming. This is CBP on their best behavior, telling people to drink out of the toilet.
The things that they're prosecuting people for are providing water, food, legal assistance, legal advice, basic rights that all refugees are entitled to when they're seeking protection at international boundaries. They've conducted unreasonable searches and seizures of human rights defenders' electronic devices, including their mobile phones. They've subjected them to prolonged interrogations.
Be down with the cause, you know, so